going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's video I think is extremely important for us to go ahead and put together because obviously we are in a time with Call of Duty where things are starting to look a bit more positive. But I have to say, in the back of my mind, I am still a tad bit worried about how things are going out with Microsoft. I want to trust them and I want to think that they're doing the best for the community, but I still can't help but think that it's still, the bottom line is going to be about the dollar bill. They're a business at the end of the day. It's as obvious as day. They didn't buy out Activision to, save COD and that's it. No, they bought out Activision to make a profit off of the company, right? And I gotta be honest, I've been chatting it up with everybody in my stream chat. Again, thank you to everybody who tunes in. You guys are absolutely, amazing for showing so much support and love over on there. We're chatting it up about things that could be potentially going on. And after some recent news came out, it kind of opened up our eyes about the overall situation, that's going on with Microsoft remastering all of these OG Call of Duty games. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep into the topic of today's video, if you do enjoy what you hear today and want to hear some more content revolving around Call of Duty Battlefield or even X-Defiant, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification button. And last but not least, if you guys do want to check out my streams that I was just talking about, you can actually find the link to that down in the description of this video. We stream over on Kick, usually starting around 12 to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today I got some OG Black Ops 2 footage for you guys. And I gotta be honest, this kind of does link up with the rest of the commentary today and leads into the news that has come out about, Microsoft and all this stuff. But again, I have been enjoying these OG games for a while now on PC. But, obviously, since they remastered the servers or, reworked the servers for Xbox consoles, they've been having a blast. They've been able to play the overall game. But sadly for me personally, every single time I hop back into this game, I typically get, absolutely bombarded with the same experience over and over and over again. It's the sad reality of PC gaming when it comes to, OG classic Call of Duty. You see your nuke towns, you see your hijacks like you see right here. Funny enough, we were just on Plaza. We were somehow lucky enough to, outvote, the same maps we see over and over and over again for Plaza. And I was just about to get gameplay. I was so excited. I hit the record. I'm like, I can finally give everybody something different because it's always the same map. I can finally get something fresh out here on Black Ops 2. And then the host changes it to hijacked. You can't play anything else besides nuke down, hijack, small, basic, boring maps. It drives me insane. And it got me down, to thinking, man, it would be fantastic if Microsoft didn't just fix the servers for Xbox and fixed it across the board. It's not just PC as well. PlayStation has the same issue. Not the same issue as us PC players where we run into the same maps over and over and over and over and over. You get the most basic experience. No, their games are just still busted. Their servers are still busted. They haven't been worked on whatsoever. I don't know what the deal is behind the scenes with them and Sony, and maybe that takes a little extra work, and maybe Sony has to do some stuff behind the scenes, because to be realistic, a lot of their consoles aren't really that backwards compatible. I think they go as far back to the PlayStation 4, so you would have to repurchase a PS3, and I don't know what it is, but at the end of the day, they can still do it. They can still do it across the board, but only Xbox 360, or just the Xbox, the main Xbox servers in general, have been restored. Again, I'm not complaining, and a lot of people are having a blast. It's fantastic, right? To even, complain about such a thing it's kind of ridiculous because it really is such a huge step in the right direction for the Call of Duty franchise. But then some news comes out saying that, the Xbox consoles are literally selling like hotcakes. They can't even keep them on the stands anymore, all because of this one change that they made with OG Call of Duty. First and foremost, I want to say that is impressive, and it makes me extremely happy to hear this because it's true. Call of Duty is popular, and it's good to see a lot of people still love the OGs, still fight for the OGs, and that they're so insanely popular that people are literally going and just buying all the consoles they can possibly find to the point where they can't keep them in stock just to play the OG games that have been restored. It's such a great feeling and such a cool thing to see. But it's also insane at the same time, It's kind of wild to think that they are literally selling out of consoles completely just because of this COD change. And it's making me think that maybe they did this intentionally. They didn't just do this to, have a good, reputation with the Call of Duty community. They did it because they know they can get a lot of people back on the OG consoles, and the newer consoles can go backwards far enough to reach the 360 era. So, it's not like the PlayStation where they can't do that. No, Xbox is allowed to do that. So they know that with not remastering, I keep saying remastering, but reworking the servers, there's going to be a lot of people coming back and purchasing up their consoles. And it kind of worries me a little bit. Again, just a tad bit, not too much, because I do still have some faith that they can polish things off for us. But it makes me worry a little bit, thinking that this isn't going to change. PlayStation isn't going to get their servers fixed up. You know, at the end of the day, if this gets added onto Game Pass, all the OG games, yeah, maybe PC players at a certain point will be able to thrive. Only if it's on the PC Game Pass. If it's only, a console exclusive thing, then it's going to be rough as well. But I'm assuming PC is going to be on board because, a lot of PCs are obviously going to be bought up. PC actually makes up a huge portion of Call of Duty sales, more than the consoles right now. And a lot of times they have stuff like Windows installed, so on and so forth. So, Microsoft is making a fat check off people loading up this game on their PCs. But, when it comes to PlayStation, do they need to do the servers? If they wanted to, be open and good with the community, they would. But realistically, they're probably going to benefit themselves and only fix up the servers for Xbox. Put it on Game Pass, and then everybody's going to be encouraged to buy an Xbox. If you want to play OG Classic COD. Again, the deal's still going on with Sony. Sony's never going to end. Sony is always going to get brand new Call of Duty experiences. No matter what. The brand new Call of Duty games that are dropping are always going to be on a PlayStation. But if you want your OG classic CODs, if you want the good stuff, they could not even fix this. Skill-based matchmaking is going to be the same in the newer CODs. They can keep the same horrible, not loot boxes, but, greedy microtransactions is what I meant to say. Very overpriced microtransactions. A lack of content. They could keep doing the same thing they do to COD year in, year out and convince people and persuade people to get Xboxes and not PlayStations so they can avoid playing these crappy new ones and come back and play the OGs. Phil came out and said that, with this purchase going through, they want to make sure that gaming is for everybody. So if that's the case, I think the best direction would be simply making the servers good across the board for everyone, not just Xbox, but Steam, PC, and also the PlayStation. And shoot, even if they want to work on the Nintendo servers, they already struck a deal with Nintendo, didn't they? I think Activision made a deal that future Call of Duty games are going to be launching on Nintendo products, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. But, they could really work on everybody across the board and allow this experience to be phenomenal. Truthfully, phenomenal. Because for the time being, it seems only Xbox will be able to enjoy these type of experiences. PlayStation still has to struggle. PC, you have your chances here, but Black Ops 1 is completely dead really on Plutonium, I'll be real. World at War is usually always dead on Plutonium. Once again, I'll be real, it's so hard to find lobbies. I haven't been able to record World at War Black Ops 1 footage in ages. It's so depressing. The only things that are populated are Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. There's only a handful of lobbies, and those lobbies are absolutely infested with sweats. And again, I don't mind. I can sweat it out. But man, playing that only, it gets a tad bit tiring. On Xbox right now, there's enough players that you can just get a constant rotation of, flowing matches across all the maps as well. Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3 had fantastic maps, but like I said, typical Call of Duty community, all we ever want to play is the smallest maps, Dome, Nuketown, Hyde. I mean, it can't be anything else, and it just drives me nuts because that's every single server at some points. Man, if they're being sincere about wanting this deal to go through for everyone, I think they should make it for everyone. PC servers fixed up, PlayStation servers fixed up, and I think across the board, everybody would be happy. But I just can't get it out of my mind. It's a power play. It's an absolute power play to, remake all the servers for the OG CODs, put them all on Game Pass, potentially even put out like an MCC collection for, maybe the Game Pass with all the OGs. And, sell it like, how many people are going to buy an Xbox, man? Do you know how many people will gladly switch for that? And PlayStation players will still be able to play COD. No differently. They can hop back on their PlayStation 3 and still try to, find the dead servers. Or they could just stick to the new CODs on their, newer PlayStation consoles. But I just can't help to think that they're going to hold these OGs hostage. Hopefully not. Again, I'm not trying to bring a ton of negativity to you guys. That's not my main goal here. I'm not trying to bring anybody down about this deal because, honestly, this deal is probably the best thing to happen to the COD community in a long time, way better than anything Activision will possibly ever do. We've been fighting for these servers to be brought back for ages now, and Microsoft did it within the first day. We don't know what the future holds. They've barely been in the scene. They just did this, so it could potentially be fixed up for PlayStation and PC down the road. Months down the road, I could see potentially stuff changing around, hopefully for the better. But at the same exact time, there is no problem in the world with, keeping a reserved mindset about this overall situation here and not jumping the gun. Trust me, Microsoft might be better than Activision, but it doesn't mean that they're the gods of the gaming realm. It's not like they have done anything better in the past. They've done some pretty decent stuff, but they've also flopped a lot of franchises. So, stay hopeful, but stay cautious at the same exact time. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button, say hit it, leave a dislike. Also, for brand new enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to that podcast button. Also, want to chat with us to do so, I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.